All right, here with California Kid. First off, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, my man.
How'd it feel to get everybody singing you happy birthday here at Roseland?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool. The fans were into it. Had a good time.
Well, let's talk about this match. First off, you know, we've known each other for a long time. I know your game as hell. Like, you stepped in against a world champion, just a rock and roll, and it looked like it was getting kind of chippy in there, a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good time. You know, I figure I would have liked to have a little more, you know, jiu-jitsu rules, but this is a game with points, and so the intelligent thing to do is kind of play the game this time around. But I like to maybe go in the gym with him at some point and actually, you know, exchange some good rules, because I've got a high-level jiu-jitsu background. I've been training since 2003. I've competed like maybe 4 or 5 times, but one was in Abu Dhabi in 2005. Grappler's Quest, won that a couple years, like 8 years back. Had a couple matches, but I've been training mixed martial arts for the last 13 years, 14 years.
And how'd it feel? I mean, I know it's not like the MGM, you know, it's a smaller crowd, but there was tons of love for you out there.
Oh man, I had a great time. You know, it was a cool process, not having to make weight and just coming in here, nothing to lose, and competing in a sport I love. And it's my birthday today, so that was a nice little addition to the day out on the mat.
Is there, you know, anything that, you know, what won't Urijah Faber rock and roll with? Like, you're just like, dude, you'll do whatever, right?
I'm telling you, this sport, mixed martial arts, you're seeing, you know, guys that are good at everything. I've got to be able to compete the best in the world in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've got to do it for boxing, for Muay Thai, for the wrestling game. You have to be able to compete the best. You know, we got our representative Conor McGregor about to go in and get a boxing match in with the best of all time. We're gamers. We're fighters. That's what we're doing in this sport. It's a simulated death match is what we do. This is just as modified rules of that. So I always want to test myself and have a good time.
So in the future, you were saying in the ring that you might want to try this again. Is there anybody, any names that come to mind that you can picture yourself going in there against?
Not really. I mean, I've got some of my good buddies that I train with. You know, whatever I am in the U.S. and the world, I try to get in and roll with the best guys in the world. I've had the opportunity to build a friendship with Charles Cabrina and his son Kennedy out in L.A. and Jeff Glover and Bill Cooper out in Santa Barbara, and wherever I go, I try to get in and roll. You know, we have our Team Alpha Male guys that take pride in being the best in the world at a lot of different things, and I feel like our grappling's up there. You know, we saw Chad Mendez get in here against you know, world champion and get that W, and you know, I had a close match myself, but you know, this is all part of mixed martial arts.
Speaking of your team and people you know, it's the first time I think anyone's had a chance to speak to you. Cody Garbrandt's reportedly got a bit of a serious back injury at the moment. Can you tell us what's going on with that?
Yeah, you know, he's got some small injuries. I mean, some pretty nagging injuries that he's got to take care of before he can really put his all into a camp. So he's out in Germany right now. The UFC's got him out there with some top-level doctors, and hopefully it'll be a very speedy recovery. You know, he's a young guy at 25 and on top of the world. He wants to make sure he can put his all into any competition, and so this is just a healing process for him, staying positive, staying active, and getting the job done.
You used to train with TJ Dillashaw, and
yeah.
He said recently that if Cody can't make the fight, he'd like to fight Demetrius Johnson. Can TJ make 125, and if he can, how do you think that fight would go?
He used to be able to make 25. When he first came to our gym, he was having trouble staying at about 143, 145. Then he got real big after that. But, you know, I think he'd probably make the weight now. You know, he's looking a little smaller these days.
What's that? What are you implying there, Faber?
Just speaking the truth.
Back to the match tonight. You're known as a pretty explosive guy. Were you surprised that you couldn't buck out of those back mounts early on?
Back position's a very hard position to buck out of, especially with long, lanky guys. I've got a guy, one of the best uncrowned champions of the 135-pound division, Chris Holdsworth, who's one of our instructors and one of our coaches at the team, and that guy's impossible to get away from. I mean, I like to see him do some of these super fights along with Fabio Prado and Dustin Akbari and a bunch of other guys on our team. I mean, we've got some of the best grappling on the planet, so I've had a chance to look at a lot of different styles, and bucking out is not always the best thing.
I say buck, but I mean just explosive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very explosive, so
you know, honestly, like I said, I would love to be in a situation where I could get in a room and actually train for a long period of time, because I would play a different game. In practice, you want to try to, match skill for skill. This was more of a, methodical thing, listening to my coaches in the game plan and just getting out of stuff. But I'd like to actually roll and be a little more aggressive. But, we're trying to get the win in here today.
This July is going to be an important day for you, International Fight Week. You get to make the walk. You're inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. You and I have talked about it a little bit, but how's that going to feel? I mean, to know that you're kind of live in the moment kind of guy, and how do you take something like that in, that you look at what you were able to do for this sport, and I mean how much you furthered it for the lighter weight classes. How's it feel to know that you're going right? You hang up the gloves and you walk right into the Hall of Fame.
It's kind of surreal, man. Like you said, I'm a busy guy, so I'm somebody that just lives in the moment. I've had the same lifestyle since I was a little kid. I play sports, hang out with my buddies, do my homework, work hard, and that's coming on 38. I'm doing the same thing. So to be forced to stop and smell the roses and get inducted to the Hall of Fame is a really cool experience for me. I think it's kind of surreal to feel the love from everyone, and especially right after retirement, go right into it. It's kind of a forced moment to appreciate what I've been through, and from the beginning of the sport to now.